Hello everyone, I'm Harry, coach of the Cerulean City Mewtwo. Today we're up against Pat Mac in the Sacramento Sandslash. He's a fellow commissioner of mine in the YCL. We're in week 2 of season 3. Looking at his roster, he's got a very well put together roster. For anyone that checked out his draft analysis video, I found it very good. If you haven't, I recommend you check it out. In his analysis, he goes through what he picked and why, and you can see he's hit every point of what he wanted to create with his roster. He's got a range of types covered. He's got his cores, got plenty of roles. I really do like his roster. I think it is one of the harder ones to break through, but we'll do our best today. So I'll go through what I think he's bringing to this match. He does have a lot of options. Firstly, I think he'll be bringing one of these fairies. He'll either go with the fast Whimsicott or the slow Hatterene. If I see Hatterene, then I'm going to be expecting Trick Room, but I do expect Whimsicott as the likely option. I think it's a better chance of getting through my Dragapult, with Encore to stop Dragon Dance and substitute sets. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Next up, I think he'll bring one of these special attackers, possibly as a Choice Scarf or Choice Specs option. I'm feeling that Nihiligu's more likely. It just hits harder, puts pressure on Nidoking if he's running a Choice Scarf. Like, he might think that I'm running a Choice Scarf Nidoking, he can bring in a Choice Scarf Nihiligo. Another option for him is potentially running an Air Balloon set for a Nidoking switch, which would be quite clever, but I think we've got the tools to stop Nihiligo. I don't think it's a massive threat in this match, but I think he'll like to bring something relatively fast to put some pressure on. The next choice I think you'll have is picking between Emolga and Blastoise. I think they'll be his hazard removal options, either Defog on Emolga or Rapid Spin on Blastoise. Emolga can run Static or Motor Drive. Blastoise I'd expect to be a physically defensive set, potentially for Azumarill. I think by watching him play, he does like Blastoise, and I think it's fairly likely that he uses Blastoise to stop an Azumarill getting out of control. A +6 Adamant Azumarill does about 30% to a max HP, max defense Blastoise. So I'd be very surprised not to see him run that, either with maybe a leftover set or a Rocky Helmet set. But Emolga would also be a good choice. So I think this is real 50-50 for him. And I'm not... I don't think either of them would be easier to deal with than the other. So I don't mind which one he brings. We'll just obviously have to approach the game a bit differently depending on which one he does bring. But I don't think he'll bring both. But he definitely won't bring either of them. Next up is Zygarde. I think there's just no way he doesn't bring Zygarde to matches, even though he doesn't have a fantastic matchup with it this week. It does force switches. It can run a bulky set. I'd be very, very surprised not to see Zygarde in his team. He could run a substitute set. I kind of hope he runs a substitute set. Could run a Dragon Dance set. Could run Glare. Could run Toxic. We'll wait and see, but I definitely expect him to bring Zygarde. Bronzong is another Pokemon that he definitely brings this week. He kind of has to. Expect a max HP, max special defense Levitate set as his main switch into Nidoking. I'd be extremely surprised if he runs anything but that. I'd also be very surprised if he doesn't run Rocks on it. I don't want Rocks up on my side, but yeah, I think he'll see an opportunity to switch in on Nidoking and set up Rocks. It would baffle me not to see Bronzong on his team. The last Pokemon, again, I'd be very surprised not to see Pangoro. I'd love to not see Pangoro. either in Trick Room or outside of Trick Room. This thing's a menace. It hits so hard. Scrappy close combat can hit Dragapult. I'm expecting him to run an Adamant set with Choice Band. It just does so much work to my team. This is probably the hardest Pokemon in his roster for me to deal with, so we're going to be looking to put a lot of pressure on it. I'm going to be playing highly offensive in this game, trying to put just tons of pressure on him not being able to switch into Pangoro freely. So we'll get into my roster in a moment in the team that I picked. First up, Droopy, the Dragapult. Gone for a Lychee Berry. Gone for Adamant, fast enough to outspeed Whimsicott, Sub Dragon Dance, Dragon Darts, and Phantom Force. This can put in a lot of work depending on how he plays. If he protects, his fairy that he brings, Bronzong, might make its role a little bit harder. Like I said, Pangoro puts it under a lot of pressure. But if I can get in a position where I'm not being encored by Whimsicott, and I have set up, then this thing can wreck his team. So I'm kind of banking on a misplay by him for Dragapult to do what I'd like it to do. But even sitting on the sidelines, it's doing a job. It's stopping him from being able to do certain things. It makes him preserve things that other members of my team can take apart. So it doesn't necessarily need to get kills, but if he lets me, then it potentially runs through him quite nicely. I've got Cobalion, Hey Cobba, rocking a Choppleberry again. This lets me switch into Pangoro at least once. I can switch into a knockoff and get that justified boost, or I can switch in once to a close combat and then hit back with close combat, or even an Iron Head. There is potential if I end up full health with Cobalion up against a full health Pangoro, I can hit with Iron Head, either get the flinch or he hits me with a close combat, gets a defense drop, then I can hit it back with close combat. Just very good. Brick Break if you bring screens. Volt Switch, I like being able to pivot out with Cobalion. I did consider Toxic for the Zygarde switch in, but went with Volt Switch, which I might regret. He does have Motor Drive on Emolga, but I kind of expect him to run Static. So yeah, you never know. And obviously Iron Head for his fairies is quite nice. Draft King, the Nidoking with a Life Orb, as you'd expect, puts his team under a lot of pressure. Running Timid, it doesn't quite outspeed a Jolly Zygarde. And what I like about this, it kind of forces him to run Jolly Zygarde. I'd be surprised to see an Adamant or slower variant unless he ran like a Yachi Berry. But yeah, we'll see on that one. Running Dual Stab with Ice Beam and Flamethrower. Flamethrower does a lot to him, particularly early game. Bronzong can switch in and take half of his Levitate. Like I said, I expect him to run that max HP, max special defense Levitate set. So hitting it with a Flamethrower boosted by the Sheer Force Life Orb does a lot of work and means he can't switch in safely next time. So I can put him under a lot of pressure that way, and then yeah, potentially come in easily on Whimsicott, and then maybe catch Nihilego on a switch. If he's predicting Flamethrower, go for an Earth Power. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Nidoking does put him under a lot of pressure, kind of in a similar way to what Pangoro does to me. But yeah, not choice locked, gone with that Life Orb this time. The debut of Petrov, the Azumarill, rocking a Choice Band. This thing can do a lot of work. Gone for Adamant. Enough speed to outspeed a 0 speed investment Pangoro, in case he runs max HP. Yeah, 4 attacks as you can expect. Aqua Jet can take out Nihilego or potentially a weakened Zygarde. Play Rough demolishes a lot of his team. Knockoff takes out Bronzong. Player up obviously hits Whimsicott, Zygarde, and Pangoro really hard. So if I play Azumarill well, once I've chipped his team and kind of limit his options, Azumarill can, keep coming in and racking up kills. It makes him, just puts him in a lot of 50-50s, similar to what Nidoking does. They're kind of my breakers this week, so yeah, expecting them to hopefully be the ones that I keep switching into and forcing a lot of that pressure. I brought Dylan the Umbreon again, holding leftovers. His job is mostly to help support Nidoking and Azumarill. It also becomes a real nice switch into Nihilego. Max HP, max special defense. I didn't run Protect this week. I've gone for Wish, Bat and Pass, Heal Bell and Foul Play. There is potential that he runs Magmortar. Gets a burn on Azumarill, so just having that potential to heal it back up can do a lot for me. Bat and Pass is just fantastic for momentum this week. Even though it's a special defensive set, it can still switch in on Zygarde and go for Foul Plays, which hits it quite hard. So yeah, I quite like what Umbreon does for me. I'm assuming his main switch to switch into Umbreon will be Whimsicott, and then Nidoking can switch in on Whimsicott unless he's running Psychic, and then do that. But I think Whimsicott's a bit limited. He can run Psychic, but then I think if he does that, then it kind of shows me that Dragapult might be able to come in a bit more safely. But yeah, we'll just have to scout those things. I brought Night King the Glastrier again. I was really excited to use it last week with the Choice Band set. Unfortunately, it got burnt and wasn't quite able to do its job. It did put some chip on Tapu Koko, which let Nidoking clean it up, so it wasn't completely useless. But I've gone for an Assault Vest set this time. Max Attack, Adamant, almost max HP with the rest in speed. This lets me outspeed Bronzong and Hatterene outside of Trick Room. I'm assuming that obviously Bronzong's not going to be running any speed, but it also underspeeds Pangoro, even with a Brave Nature and no IVs or EVs. So if we get into Trick Room, Glastrier becomes a bit of a breaker against Pangoro with close combat, but it's also got Icicle Spear, can switch in on Zygarde, get through sub, and then just hammer it with those Icicle Spears. Crunch hits Bronzong, Heavy Slam hits Nihilego, Whimsicott, and Hatterene. Yeah, I really like Glastrier as a sort of a mixed war with those great natural defenses in HP, defense, and special defense. And then obviously running that Assault Vest is really nice as well. So I'm hoping to get some surprise kills with this, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, that's the 6 that we're bringing. You can see the 6 on screen for them. They're organized into speed tiers. I'm fairly confident that as long as we don't completely botch the start, that I think I can just muscle through with that heavy offense and put a lot of pressure on. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll see you back for the match. Back for the match now, and good luck, have fun to Pat Mac. Let's see if he brought the team we're expecting. Alright, he brings Hatterene, but no Nihilego. So I think that means that we can probably just lead with Glastrier. I think. Blastoise, yeah, Blastoise comes. Yeah, so definitely expecting Trick Room with what he's brought. Alright. These buttons are. First, Blastoise. What did you hear? Go out into Umbreon here. I think he just flip turns. I think he just flip turns, so I'm actually going to Crunch. I think. Is that right? Pretty sure he flip turns. Gold. Okay, that's not good. Hopefully doesn't get the burn. Alright, that's not quite max HP, max defense. And we didn't see leftovers either. Yeah, flip turns this time. Probably goes Pangoro. Yeah. We have to go into Cabalion here. We don't really have another switch in, so it's unfortunate that he got switching into Pangoro so early, but yeah, close combat. So we take that Chople Berry. And that's definitely a choice band. No, Life Orb. That's a very high roll. That's a very high roll. We're just going to close combat here. There's Zygarde. That's fine. Rocky Helmet, nice. Alright, we go into Blaster here. I'm really worried about that Pangoro. You could go Glare here. 1,000 arrows. Doesn't do too much. We're just going to Ice School Spear here. See what he does. We're going to Blastoise probably. On zone. Get a little bit of damage, and then we're just going to crunch. Could be physically defensive Bronzong, that would be interesting. Yeah, gets up rocks. Which obviously isn't good. Go crunch again. Right, so we do take out Bronzong. Get that first kill. I think he'll have to go Pangoro here. I don't really need Cobalion anymore. I'm gonna sack Cobalion and then get in Azumarill. And then I can just go for a play rough and hit anything really hard. As long as I hit. I do expect him to be a slower Pangoro, but yeah, with Hatterene and Bronzong in the team, but it is hard to tell. It goes Whimsicott.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And that would have been a kill too. Yeah, that's a kill. Damn it. That's really unfortunate. I'm going to Nidoking. That's really, really unfortunate for us. It's Moonblast. That's Specs. He's Specs. That's really unfortunate, missing that. Alright, I'll go Sludge Wave. What does he go to? Blastoise, yep. Alright, so he's especially defensive Blastoise. Which means that we should just be able to go Umbreon. Probably just flip turn out. And player off. Flip turns. we're gonna sack Umbreon here, which is unfortunate. We have to get another sack to get Azumarill in when we've already done that. But we're just gonna Baton Pass or Wish. We'll Baton Pass. We unfortunately lose Umbreon. I'm gonna go Azumarill again. See, if we take out Whimsicott, Dragapult potentially just dominates. We take more rocks damage. Go player off again. Sabrina. Okay. Hey, we hit. That's still fine. Go player off again. Alright, so now he knows we're banded. Interesting going for the berry. Alright, let's take out Hatterene. Interesting that he brought both fairies actually. Yeah, he goes into Whimsicott. Ooh, it's a tough one. Do I need to sack something? Nidoking is not a free switch anymore. Again, swims. Damn, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go Glastrier. We should be able to take... yeah, we'll at least see. Alright. This is not going well. Whimsicott should be dead. Should be dead. Can actually get this guy in. I know that he's specs. Unless I've completely got my calcs wrong. And I can actually just go for Dragon Darts here. Unless I've completely got this wrong. If so, I deserve to lose. Yeah. Alright, what I can actually do here is spam sub and hit that that lychee berry. And then once I'm at +1, Phantom Force can actually kill. Infiltrator. Infiltrator. I'm an idiot. Of course it's Infiltrator. Go for Phantom Force, you idiots. That was a bad misplay by me, obviously. It's tempting to go Ice Beam here. Oh, what am I doing? Whimsicott's alive. Dragapult's dead. Yeah, Ice Beam or Sludge Wave? I'm gonna Sludge Wave. Probably should have gone Ice Beam. Yeah, alright, I've lost this. Should have gone Ice Beam there. I'll go Ice Beam here. Really unfortunate. Hopefully he's slow and bulky. I hate blaming RNG, but if that play rough hits on Whimsicott and takes it out, then, you know, obviously I'll win. We should pick up 1 kill as long as we hit. He just sacks Zygarde here, I think. Wow, Sludge Wave, nice. Very nice. Gets a poison as well, of course. He can just bring in Whimsicott now. Get the win. That's really unfortunate. I messed up with Dragapult as well. If I went for Phantom Force, I would have put Whimsicott in good range, but good game to Pat Mac. I don't feel... I mean, his team's good. I don't feel like except for that one turn, I don't think I misplayed it. But yeah, it all came down to Whimsicott running choice specs, missing that play rough, which is a guaranteed one-hit KO. Obviously, just decimated me there. He takes a 2-0 win. We move to 1-1, he moves to 2-0. So yeah, well done to Pat Mac. Yeah, see you all for week 3.